Let's also get some more perspective from our economics editor, Michael McKee. He joins us live on the phone from New York. And Mike, did you foresee this reappointment of Bernanke?
It was pretty much a done deal. People recognized that Bernanke was in charge throughout the crisis and probably had a better knowledge of everything the Fed had done and everything the Fed probably needs to do to get out of the crisis. The betting on Wall Street has long been that Bernanke would get a second term.
Now, Chris Rupke of Bank of Tokyo Mitsubishi sent out a note last night saying that experience trumped politics in this particular reappointment. What were some of the arguments against reappointing Bernanke?
The top argument was that Bernanke was very slow to recognize the depth of the crisis that was developing in 2007 and early 2008. He has admitted it much, both in congressional testimony and in private writings. He's said that he didn't appreciate that this went much beyond the subprime crisis that originally touched things off. However, as one economist I talked to last night said, he had a heck of a learning curve. He got up to speed very quickly and moved the Fed very dramatically using both conventional and unconventional policies to get us back from the abyss, back from the brink of the Great Depression. Also, a lot of criticism of his actions in terms of favoring Wall Street over Main Street, bailing out American International Group and Bear Stearns while not doing as much for the average consumer. That will no doubt come up in his confirmation hearings, as will the decision to let Lehman Brothers go bankrupt. He acquiesced in that. It was really driven by former Treasury Secretary Hank Paulson, but a lot of people will want to know why he let that happen when the consequences were so severe.
Right. Certainly a lot of controversy as well about the Fed beefing up its balance sheet. Talk about some of the economic challenges that Bernanke faces in the next 4 years, because they're certainly immense.
They are. He has a delicate balancing act to do. The Fed has got to make sure that all of the liquidity it's pumped into the economy doesn't become inflationary, doesn't get turned into loans, doesn't start the process of too much money chasing too few goods. But at the same time, it's a question of timing. If they start removing liquidity too quickly, it puts the brakes on the recovery. If they start moving too late, then maybe the market starts to push interest rates up on the market side, also short-circuiting the recovery. So he has a tough job ahead of him. They also have to drain their balance sheet as part of that, and it's not exactly clear how they're going to do that. They plan to raise the interest rate they pay on the bank's holdings of reserves, but that's never been done in practice in the United States, and so it's not clear it's going to work. So a lot for him to do.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Michael McKee, Bloomberg economics editor.